something that I think is very hard for a lot of us. I want to clarify something before I do this. What I'd like to share with you is some thoughts about humility. Humility, the church has always looked at as something that is the opposite of pride. But I want to be very clear about this. When I did my ministry in the city and I worked with Spanish-speaking youth and African-American youth, and I enjoyed the ministry, but I was very clear about what I told them. You be proud of what God has created you to be. Nobody can take that away. And I want you to be proud of it because God loves you so much and is proud of you. So when we talk about pride, we're talking about that entity, that part of our human nature that makes us think we're more special than somebody else. Pride is kind of what's going on in our country today. But I'd like to share a story that when I was a brand new priest, I was so new that the ordination vows are still imprinted on me. That's how new. And my new priest clothes, they were sharp. They looked like they'd been just taken out of the package, which they would. But I was very concerned, because I was a new priest, about the image that I was going to project and how people would look at me. So, at the church I was working, one afternoon, I decided to go visit someone who had visited our church. And so, as I drove up to the house, walked up the driveway, went to the steps, I noticed that the paper was on the steps. So I picked the paper up and I rang the doorbell. And this cute little girl, she came to the door, she looked at me, holding the paper, wearing my priest clothes, and she shouted out, "Mommy, the newspaper boy's here!" I realized for that little girl, I didn't need to be worried about the image I was projecting. There is no garment that is more becoming for our Christian lives than the coat of humility. As a matter of fact, in Proverbs, one verse says that God shows favor to those who are humble. And then just a couple of chapters after that, it says, with pride there is disgrace, but with humbleness there is wisdom. And in the letter to James, James is very clear. He says, God opposes the proud. In other words, those that think they're better than others. But God gives grace to the humble. The person with true humility never ever has to be shown his or her place. That person is always in it.